don't work that you could check off the box as we have a caution on the racetrack.
Yeah, we have the 13 cars in the grass down there. Some damage, Brandon Hightower.
This one's hurt really bad, guys.
Yep, and that is a hard impact for Hightower.
I confirm that one is hurt. A lot of damage to that race car there.
It just got loose and then just overcorrected it. You know, the instinct of a driver is to turn that wheel to the right to keep the car from spinning out. But with these radial tires, when they ever do turn back right, they turn back right at a high rate of speed. So we see drivers coming from other series tend to make that mistake because a radial tire versus a bias ply tire, they behave completely different.
We'll start up front. In the 42, Eric Jones in the 20. They make up row number 1. Pace cars off the track. Green flag is in the air. Great start for Kyle Larson. He's been able to jump out in front. Joey Logano tucks in behind him in the 12. Eric Jones in the 20 running third. And the 19 of Daniel Suarez running fourth. NASCAR taking a look at the start of the race. They do that after every start or restart. Give the teams a little bit of a handling as we got a spinner coming out of turn number 2. That's the 07 of Ray Black Jr. And that will bring the caution out. More than likely, this will end up being the competition caution.
Crank it up here and roll if you can.
There's some cars that are in need of this caution as well. You have the 6 of Darrell Wallace has damage, but the 88 of Kevin Harvick is struggling back in the 13th position.
Scuba Life.
Here with the flat spots. If they're flat spotted to be easy.
Scuba Life on the hood for Ray Black Jr., a licensed scuba diver.
You can see him right against the wall, running that high line. He gets loose early in the corner.
Spin around the corner, spin around the corner, go low, go high, go high, go high. They don't see it yet. No caution, no caution, no caution. Caution.
I would say very fortunate not to hit anything. Normally you spin when you're right against the wall, you collect it, but he didn't, and he'll move along. He's a lap down.
Joey Logano in the 12 behind them.
And there's a wreck off turn 4, Rick.
As they come off turn 4, that'll bring the caution out.
Closer to tie.
Look at Dakota Armstrong. And coming off of turn 4, just got sideways. You see the left rear tire flat on that 28 as he'll come to pit road. Marty.
Kyle Larson was in the wall again, Rick.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Ty Dillon, only a mile and a half to try to get into the chase. As good as Joey Logano is running, Elliott Sadler is going to have a hard time catching him. Here comes Logano, catching the slower traffic as he comes into the quad oval. Joey Logano is going to win at Charlotte.
Yeah. That's how you do it. Yes. Joey, great job, Brian. Congratulations, guys.
Ultimately, it was Joey Logano who had a great restart and was able to get in front and take the win. A lot of miles run by Joey Logano today, but the most important was the last mile and a half when he was able to oust the 1 of Elliott Sadler and get to victory lane. Joey Logano wins and is in victory lane. Kelly.
And it's his second time going to victory lane this season in the Xfinity Series. The other time also in this 12 car, that was back at Watkins Glen. Joey, that 42 car of Kyle Larson looked unbeatable today. How did you get by him on that final restart?
He was really fast. I knew my only shot was on the restart. I knew this PPG Ford Mustang was really fast in the short run. I was able to keep up with Larson early in the race until he started going on a long run. So I said, well, this is my one shot, and it's fun. You race a car with no points and nothing to lose, and you know, I was able to get on the inside of him, have an awesome restart, get a 3 wide on the bottom, be able to clear him, and try to hold him off. I was huffing and puffing, and they're giving it all I had, and he started making the top work, and I think he got into the wall eventually. But that's awesome. Brian Wilson's first win as an Xfinity crew chief, that means a lot. And putting together this 12th team again. We were able to do it in Watkins Glen, and to be able to put a bunch of guys together and girls from the shop to be able to come out here and win at this level shows a lot about the depth at Team Penske, so proud to be part of it.
It was a doubleheader. I know you didn't quite run all the laps on the Cup side of things, but what's it like pulling off 2 races the same day?
I feel good. Well, it was probably because I didn't run the whole Cup race, but at least we were able to, or at least I was able to recover and have a decent day, all said and done, and say we got at least 1 win. It'd been cool to have 2 wins. I had a really good Shell Penzo Ford earlier that I think could have won the race over there, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But at least we got 1.
Right, congratulations,
Dave, this one
Joey.
is tough to take for Ty Dillon as you process what happened in round 1. What are the moments that flash in your mind of where it might have gotten away, Ty?
Obviously this moment, we were terrible today and didn't give ourselves much of a shot. We fired off pretty good, and I don't know, for whatever reason our car was definitely not the same. Sponsors, Wesco, Bass Pro, all year. Just man, it's heartbreaking. We're you know, you got to expect things to happen, which happened in the first race at Kentucky. It's the way this chase is built. Things happen. Some of the best cars are going to get knocked out. But you got to be able to rebound if you're going to win a championship, and we weren't able to rebound good enough. We had so much momentum coming off Dover. Had a car capable of winning a race, and today we couldn't even stay on the lead lap. So it's just very upsetting, and just I don't know. I wanted this championship so bad. Every year I've ran the Xfinity Series, and it hurts.
It's obviously a very emotional moment, but walk me through the final laps, trying to chase down the 39 after he passed you. The crew said several times, that's our spot. We have to have that. What was that like behind the wheel?
It's watching him pull away. You know, the car wasn't good enough to get him. He had fresher tires at that point and shouldn't have been in that position to begin with.
All right, Ty Dillon obviously very upset with what has been a season of disappointment not to be able to make it to this first round of the chase. Cut here in Charlotte. Ty Dillon walking away, very disappointed.
Yeah, take a look at the chase grid. The round of 8 now set. Daniel Suarez, Elliott Sadler with their wins advancing. Then it was points for Allgaier. Eric Jones fighting through adversity as well because of his situation. He and Ty Dillon were in the same situation entering this race. They were below the cut line, had to have good finishes for them to advance. Brendan Gaughan, Ryan Reed, Darrell Wallace Jr., Blake Cook, all making it into the round of 8, still have a shot at that title.
Chiefs on top of the pit box to have a good strategy throughout the day.
Strategy is going to come into play very quickly now as the pace car exits onto pit road. The field in the hands of Kevin Harvick and Alex Bowman making up row number 1. Harvick in the 4, Bowman in the 88. As they come to the green flag, we're racing in the round of 12.
Alex Bowman, the rookie on the outside of the front row, did not get a good restart. Kyle Busch making it 3 wide on the outside.
All the way up to the wall on the very first lap. We saw Jamie McMurray up there. Also, the 18 of Kyle Busch takes second away.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this track is early, Rick. We mentioned the weather, mentioned the rain, but also the sunshine. This is a race that's normally run at night. The 600 earlier in the year ends at night. So how is this track going to react to a day race?
Moments ago, the second caution has come out at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 88. Alex Bowman subbing for Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets into the wall and collects the 13 of Casey Mears with him. Take a look.
You can see the left front smoking really badly as he enters the corner. He knew something was wrong. He was trying to get out of the way, get on pit road, but got in the corner, probably just wouldn't turn. The 13 on the outside of Casey Mears just did nothing wrong, just in the wrong place.
Kenseth, after starting in the back twice, looks as though smoke rolling out from underneath the 22, and the caution has come out. 22 hit the wall. After winning this race last year, up into the wall he goes. Looks like he might have had a tire issue.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Steve just mentioned you're better off pitting early than waiting. I know it's a gamble. See right here, the tire's down. Nothing he can do. Have the wheel turn. So the tire went down.
Be ready for a little right front damage.
The 4's slow on track. Something wrong with the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Came off of turn 4. He was running 4th, and for some reason, looks like the car is almost shut off.
Yeah, I don't know if he has an electrical issue right there. The big red switch he's dealing with, that's the master power on-off. You see him shut it off. Now he's going to reach down, turn it back on, try to reset the power. We saw this with the 42 last week. It was a battery issue on the 42.
22 again, yellow's out.
Oh, and up into the wall in turn 2.
That's a 22, I think.
I think it's
Logano.
It's either Logano. Yeah,
That's
sure
Logano.
enough. Logano up into the wall in turn 2 while all of this was happening with Harvick.
Got a couple more to come by. Start easing it towards the bottom and they'll split.
That car is hit pretty hard. You can see the damage on the right front hood and fender area of the 22.
Logano was running 16th. Harvick, as I mentioned, was 4th before the looks like an electrical issue has happened with the 4 of Harvick.
Yeah, and the reason I say electrical is he was switching the switches. If it's an oil pressure or an issue like that, the switches aren't going to help, but it seemed like Kevin Harvick felt like there's an issue he's going to try to fix.
He was trying to recycle the system. Although he has power on the digital dash, you can see there's power.
So the 18 will get the free pass. Take a look at the 22 of Logano hard into the wall.
Yeah, that was a hard impact. That's going to be, they're going to have to go behind the wall and fix that. I'm sure it's another tire problem. When you have one, oh, you can see.
And that's a difference.
Here, guys.
Yeah, difference a year makes.
Hard, even harder.
Is the 18th of Kyle Busch. Let's listen in on spotter communication. Oh, as the 18 just got into the wall coming out of Folia. And caution comes out once again. Into the wall hard. That's the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger.
For sure. Might not even be able to get it back.
He was 15th.
Take it to the garage.
Take it to the garage if you can.
You can see already he's in the wall. So, but just at the angle of impact, all those sorts of things, something mechanically happened to hit the wall like that. So with the tire failures we've seen, you have to assume that's what it is. The other tires, the other teams will certainly have to assume that. So again, they'll be afraid to put 2 tires on here, I think.
Question is, was it the left front or the right front that went out?
That's why you have to put
47. So yeah, you won't be able to make that gamble.
Restart box. If he spins the rear tires, this could stack up the entire restart.
We'll watch closely as they get ready to enter the restart zone. Oh, and he gets bumped from behind by the 78. Around goes the 3 on the restart. The 24 of Chase Elliott also around. Hard contact by Austin Dillon. Also caught up. The 44 of Brian Scott.
That's real nice.
What I was talking about, if the 3 couldn't accelerate, how patient could the cars be behind him? It seemed like the 3 didn't go fast enough for the 78. There was definitely contact between the 78 and the 3.
But you know, he was doing pretty good against the 48. The 48, it wasn't really pulling him. It's like the 48 and the 3 both had trouble in the restart. But little things matter. Think about Chase Elliott. The decision made to start on the inside versus the outside. All this stuff adds up. One spot put him in this position. 78 just got into the back of him, trying to push him. Not trying to wreck him, trying to push him to help him. But as you said, heavy impact for Austin.
The 18 got into the back of the 24. That's why the 24 went around.
You see right there, the 78 gets underneath the back of the 3, trying to push him. You see the 11 had pushed the 48 hard enough to knock the 48 out of his line as well. How much damage is on the 18.
And again, the 3 of Austin Dillon, a chase driver. The 24 of Chase Elliott, a chase driver, involved in an incident in this first race of the round of 12.
And that 24 had led 103 laps today. And you talked about it, Jeff. You went through all of it as you see a big impact in the safer barrier by the 3 of Austin Dillon.
And that's new safer barrier that was added for this race.
But you had mentioned it. the decision by the 24 for that split second leaving pit road to breathe the gas just a little bit allowed the 78 to go by, and the 11 moved him inside row.
Let's ride along with Martin Truex Jr. in the 78.
If I pull you through this, you won't. Come on, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging. Caution's up.
You have to wonder if we're just from the 24. See the contact there, he lifts, just collected from behind.
We're spinning in the wall.
Took his hand off the steering wheel, smart move. See those impacts, you know, that's on a restart. They're not even up to speed yet. So think about, you know, how big that impact is, how hard these race cars hit. You hear drivers, you hear people talk about, you know, these cars are safe today. Let me tell you something, you hit that, see what it feels like.
3,400-pound race car slamming into the wall.
Look at the 3 car, this impact.
Big hit.
Huge. You have to wonder, watching that restart, if when Martin Truex got there, that was the time that the 3 was shifting. You know, he was going from one gear to the next, and that slowed him up just that little bit. Because if you watch the 78, that's what he was doing. He had just shifted prior to getting to the 3. I wonder if that little bit of lag, not that Austin did anything wrong, but that little bit of lag of going from one gear to the next, the timing of that is what causes thumbs on those spokes. It can break your hand, break your thumbs.
Outside coverage, watch the 3, get middle.
You mentioned damage on the 18. I didn't realize he hit the 24 that hard, but they're definitely going to want to look at that left front corner.
Let's listen into the 78 and their communications about this incident.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, I didn't try to give him a shove. I just turned him completely around like a damn idiot.
Austin Dillon took the hardest hit of all there. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Just sucks. So we'll have to work hard the next 2 weeks to get the points back. But I felt like I got into 3rd gear pretty clean, and the next thing I felt contact and I was spinning to the grass. So part of it, you know, we took 2 tires there, and you know the risk when you get it, but you just hope that that doesn't happen. Obviously, I got to 3rd without spinning the tire, I felt like, and then I got contacted. So we'll just go on to next week.
You've done that before where you've been in Martin's position. What did he do that wasn't right other than just hit you too hard?
I don't know. I felt like I got hit more toward the right, but whatever happened there, I got to 3rd pretty good, I felt like. So I don't have a good vantage point because I haven't seen a replay and what I would have done different. I would just hopefully not wrecked, but it's all good.
With what you saw today, Austin, how confident are you heading to Kansas?
I mean, there's a lot of people wrecked in the chase right now, so hopefully we can get back out there and gain a few more points, but we just got to do a lot. We got to win with the next 2 races.
I'm glad he's okay today. Austin Dillon out at Charlotte.
42, we have a heavy smoker at the left. Denny Hamlin looks like has lost an engine off turn 4, running in the 2nd position, Rick.
Unbelievable bad luck for the chasers today, and this one now it looks as though it's claimed Denny Hamlin in the 11th. Hamlin.
Yeah, and no warning.
No warning.
I guess it was our time.
So now a driver who a year ago finished 2nd in this race, 2nd at Kansas, and then had an issue with the roof flap. It starts off the round of 12 with bad luck.
This is emotionally the most difficult thing for a race team, for a driver, for a crew chief, to go out, have a good car, running inside the top 3, trying to contend for the win, and have a mechanical failure like this. You know these same engines are what got you into the chase, but you see a huge plume of smoke out of the back of the 11. That's usually a catastrophic failure, in my opinion. I don't believe we're going to see any sort of repair there.
You hear it, just listen to the engine. Right there. Screaming, accelerate, just absolutely nothing's happening. So the only thing that they can feel a little bit better about is that they're 1 of 5.
Kane said, yes, I want to win races. That's our goal. But at the same time, I want to help out the organization. And right now, they're definitely helping out the organization, but they're in position to win races, running 3rd right now at Charlotte.
And with 78 wins on his resume, I still think the last 2 laps don't get any easier, Jeff. 2 to go. Jimmie Johnson at his home track, trying to put it together. You know the emotions are high. This win would mean a lot. Coming to the white flag. He just wants to see that white flag before caution comes out.
And trying to end a drought and also move into the next round. All that on this last lap.
Steve, you may have foreshadowed there a little bit. He only has 77 career wins. Were you giving him this one already?
I figured after you won 77, I was going to round it up. But on his final lap, this would be for 78.
Down the back stretch for the final time. It has been 24 races since Jimmie Johnson, a 6-time champion, a 7-time winner at this racetrack, has been to victory lane. As he comes out of 4, Jimmie Johnson wins at Charlotte.
Hell yeah! Great job, Jimmie Johnson. Great job, man. Very, very proud of you today. Very, very good.
Doesn't matter if I win a 7th championship. I don't look at it as a 7th championship or a 78th win. I look at it as competition. I love what I do. I love coming to work every day. Being able to have an opportunity to win races is why I do this. Not for the numbers, but the opportunity that this sport has given me. Jimmie Johnson celebrating at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. And another checkered flag for Jimmie Johnson. Jeff, the topic has come up many times. Does Jimmie Johnson get the credit for as good of a race car driver as he deserves?
No one ever gets the credit while they're doing it. We always talk about the people that have done it in the past. We talk about the greats, the legends of the sport. And because they're doing it against the current competition, they don't want to give that guy the credit because that means he might be a little better than you. But there is no question that Jimmie Johnson is one of the all-time best. The records don't lie. They speak for themselves. He is one of the top 4 or 5 drivers all time in NASCAR's history, period, end of story.
And we continue to watch him increase the numbers, increase the records, and add to the statistics that make him a guaranteed first-round Hall of Famer when he decides that he doesn't want to race any longer.
I didn't know you still had to do that.
And that's
You heard Chad Knaus just talk to him about the burnout.
Only Chad can say something like that, right?
I think Jimmie's going to enjoy this one just for a second, Rick. Jimmie Johnson back in victory lane, finally. It's been 24 races. Welcome back. I'm sure at points in the summer you thought, man, is this ever going to happen? Are we ever going to get back to victory lane after all the times you guys had put yourselves in position, Jimmie? Were you beginning to wonder if it's going to happen again?
No, I didn't wonder. I just knew it was taking way too long. And when you drive for Rick Hendrick and have all the great people at Hendrick Motorsports working for you, the great support of Lowe's, from their executives to everybody in their stores, Chevrolet, there's just so many great people that are behind us and support us to make this happen. We knew we'd get back. Yes, it was slower than we wanted it to be, but to be here, have this victory. Big thank you to Sprint, our fans, Gatorade, Valvoline. This is something really special for our team. See the boss coming up now.
Here's Mr. Hendrick.
Thank you, buddy.
And here come the girls as well. Get a big hug from them. That's very important. Shani in here as well. These girls certainly deserve to celebrate in victory lane. Jimmie, walk me through the restart with the 20, how you were able to get the jump, because you knew the outside was the best place to be because you took it all day long.
Yeah, I did. And my daughter, Humpy Wheeler, passes out these $1 million bills from way back when, and my daughter gave it to me and told me to put it in my pocket for good luck. There it is, sweetie. It worked.
Good job. That was good. I want to ask you, though, about all the hard work that went in to get to this point. You and I talked about Rick Hendrick taking dinner to the guys who were turning 24-hour shifts at the wind tunnel. Is there a way you can describe the work that went into getting Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane?
Really, we just fell back on what we're made of at Hendrick Motorsports. There's a culture there and a belief
And that culture was not fun to, it wasn't fun for us all to experience what we've been through, but everybody is seeing the cars get stronger and better and faster, and then we're able to execute all day long here. So as you were asking about that restart on the end, the track got so slick. I actually found that restart on the end on the bottom was a little bit better than what I had up top. I was able to throw it inside of the 20 down in turn 3 and make the pass, but restarts were really tricky today. And again, just big thank you to everybody, all of our fans for tuning in, and we're going to enjoy this one.
Jimmie Johnson has put himself into the round of 8 with a win here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Rick.
Take a look at the chase standings after now one race. In this round of 12, Jimmie Johnson with the win will advance. But look at the points. Because of so many people had issues, Denny Hamlin's only 3 points ahead of Austin Dillon, who was out. A big accident for Austin Dillon, but he's only 3 points out, as is Chase Elliott. Joey Logano, 6 points. Kevin Harvick only 8 points back.